Let me ask you something. When was the last time you saw the sunrise, on purpose? For the next 30 days, I did something I never thought I could do. Something simple, but not easy. I woke up at 5 a.m. every single day. This isn't a motivational montage. This is real, honest, hard, and maybe transformative. They say the early morning holds power, clarity, energy. But does it? Let me take you through everything that actually happened. This is my 30-day journey. And here's what it really feels like to wake up at 5 a.m. Day 1, alarm goes off at 4:55 a.m. The first 5 minutes feel like punishment. My brain is confused. My body, angry, it's pitch dark. My room is freezing. Every instinct screams, get back in bed. But I don't. I sit up, I drink water, I walk to the window. Outside, the world is asleep. There's a kind of eerie silence that feels intimidating, but also kind of beautiful. My eyes hurt. My limbs feel heavy, but I'm up. The first 30 minutes, I just pace around the room, trying not to collapse. No coffee, no phone, just me and my thoughts. And the strangest thought pops up. Why did I agree to this? Day 2 felt like betrayal. My bed was warm, my muscles sore, but I still got up. By day 3, I realized something. Waking up early isn't the hard part. Staying awake is. After that first hour, I want to crash every single time. I start journaling just to stay awake. Here's a line from day 3. I thought waking up early would make me feel powerful. Instead, I feel broken. But also, I feel alive. The world is still. I get to witness it waking up. And that's something I never noticed before. No notifications, no noise, just breath, just space. Still, I wonder, how long can I actually do this? I overslept. Alarm went off. I snoozed. Woke up at 7:42 a.m. And I was furious. Not at the alarm, not at the phone, but at myself. This is when I hit my first wall. The guilt of breaking the streak hit harder than I expected. But then I asked, what if the goal isn't perfection? What if the goal is persistence? So I changed tactics. Instead of beating myself up, I tried something else. Reflection. What's the why behind this challenge? Why 5 a.m.? I realized I don't want to just wake up early. I want to learn discipline. I want to face discomfort. I want to take control. So I made a new rule. If I miss the 5 a.m. wake up, the next day starts 15 minutes earlier as a penalty. Game on. Day 5. I wake up at 4:45 a.m. My body is confused but not panicking anymore. A strange thing happens. I start to like it. I go outside. The street lights are still on. The air is cold, but it's magical. I see a milkman drive by. A security guard nods. A stray dog stretching under a lamppost. It's like I've entered a secret version of the city no one else knows about. By day 6, I do something I never thought I'd do. I exercise at dawn. Just 15 minutes. Push-ups, jumping jacks, some squats, nothing fancy, and I feel incredible. Day 7, I meditate for the first time. Not perfectly, not peacefully, but intentionally. 7 days in and something is shifting. It's not about productivity anymore, it's about presence. Before this challenge, my mornings were chaos. Wake up late, check phone, rush through breakfast, emails, meetings, noise. I never paused, never breathed, never noticed the sunlight. Now, I watch light spill across the floorboards. I sip my tea slowly, I choose my first thought. That's powerful. But let's not pretend this is easy. There's still yawning, there's still resistance, there's still that part of my brain begging, just one day off, you've earned it. But I'm starting to enjoy saying no to that voice. Day 8, I wake up before the alarm. That's new. I feel calm, grounded, less reactive. My routine is now second nature. Wake at 5. Walk outside, journal, stretch, read. It's not a strict schedule, but it's rhythm. I try writing a short story at 6:30 a.m. It flows, more than it has in months. Why? Maybe because my brain hasn't been hijacked by the world yet. Early mornings are a blank page, and I get to write the first sentence. By day 10, I realize something strange. I'm not doing this challenge for content anymore. I'm doing it for me. Let's talk about the flip side. Because it's not all peace and productivity. There are days when I feel robotic, where the routine feels forced, where I miss being spontaneous. I turn down late-night events, miss dinners. I'm in bed by 9:30 p.m. Friends joke about being a grandpa. I laugh. But day 11, I wake up angry. No reason, just annoyed. But I still get up, I stretch, I breathe, I sit in silence. 10 minutes later, the anger is gone, replaced by stillness. That's the magic of 5 a.m. It doesn't fix you, but it gives you space to see yourself. By day 12, I hit a creative wall. I can't write, can't focus. I almost skip the morning entirely, but I don't, I just sit. Sometimes the win is just showing up. Day 13, something shifts again. I start enjoying the process. I stop counting the days. And day 14, I watch the sunrise from my rooftop. First time in years. No phone, no camera, just me. And in that silence, I think, maybe this challenge is changing me more than I expected. So here we are, 2 weeks in, 14 early mornings, 14 moments of resistance, 14 victories. I've discovered a rhythm I didn't know I needed. I've faced sleep deprivation, mental fog, boredom, but also clarity, power, peace. I'm learning that waking up early isn't just about time. It's about reclaiming choice. In a world that demands our attention every second, 5 a.m. is a rebellion. It's choosing intention over impulse, silence over scrolls, discomfort over autopilot. And maybe that's worth waking up for. This is only the beginning. When you hear wake up at 5 a.m. for 30 days, it sounds like a simple challenge. But if you made it to day 15 like I did, you know this isn't about mornings anymore. It's about consistency, clarity, control, and what happens next. It's not what I expected, because the second half isn't just about waking up, it's about waking up to everything else. This is where the real transformation begins. I wake up and it feels easy. No alarm needed, no groggy fog, just breath and a stretch. The first time I wake up naturally at 4:59, I smile. Because for the first time, 5 a.m. feels normal. I realize I'm no longer trying to be a morning person. I am one. But it's also a bit scary. Because now that the habit is automatic, the question becomes, what am I really doing with these hours? So I make a choice. To stop treating 5 a.m. like a finish line and start treating it like a launch pad. I create a structure. 5, wake and water. 5:15, 30 minutes of reading, not skimming. 5:45, write 3 pages of freehand thoughts. 6:15, workout. 7, plan the day. I follow it for 3 days. No excuses, no slacking. The difference is immediate. My focus sharpens, my mood improves, and strangely, time slows down. The same 24 hours now feel like 30. I'm no longer reacting, I'm initiating. And with that comes a sense of confidence I haven't felt in years. Not the loud social media kind of confidence, but the quiet kind that whispers, you've got this. Day 19 didn't go to plan. I got a call at midnight, a family emergency. I barely slept. When the alarm rang, I ignored it, and for the first time in over a week, I felt like a failure. But then, at 6:45, I got out of bed. Not because I had to, because I wanted to. And that moment taught me something big. This isn't about being perfect. It's about keeping a promise to yourself, even when life gets messy. And that kind of promise, that's the foundation of self-respect. Something changes after day 20. I stop yawning, I stop complaining, I start anticipating. I notice my energy rising earlier in the day. I complete projects faster. I'm more creative. At 5:30 a.m. on day 21, I sketch an entire idea for a business I've been delaying for a year. By 9 a.m., I've outlined the launch strategy. There's something magical about this window of time. It's like the world hasn't put on its noise yet. And in that stillness, you hear things you usually miss, your own ideas. Then comes the test. It's Friday night. Friends invite me out, just one dinner, just one late night. I'm tempted. I go. I laugh. I return home at 12:40 a.m. And guess what? I still wake up at 5. But it hurts. Bad. I drag through the morning. No clarity, no joy, just fatigue. It hits me hard. Early wake-ups require early respect for sleep. You can't cheat both ends of the candle. So I make a new rule, protect sleep like it's gold, because it is. Now that I have mornings, I ask, what do I really want to build? So I create a 5 a.m. creator's ritual. One idea written, one thing learned, one thing shared. Each morning I create something. A video script, a journal post, even a letter I never send. Creation becomes the reward, not the chore. And I realize my best work was never about time management. It was about energy alignment. And 5 a.m. gives me that alignment. I don't expect it, but it happens. On day 26, I feel empty. Like all this effort should have added up to more. Where's the transformation? The fireworks? The Hollywood ending? Instead, I just feel tired. I sit on the floor, stare at the wall. But in that silence, I realize something crucial. This challenge isn't about fireworks. It's about foundation. It's about building a baseline of peace, a default state of presence. And that, I admit, is enough. The next 2 mornings, I do nothing. No work, no phone, no to-do list. Just sit on the balcony and watch the light change. No agenda, just awareness. And oddly, those 2 hours feel more valuable than any productivity hack. Because I'm not trying to win the day, I'm just meeting it. I realize I've become more present, less anxious, more accepting, not just in the mornings, all day. And for that, I'm grateful. I write a letter to myself, the one who used to snooze through 8 alarms. You didn't fail. You just didn't know how good this could feel. You weren't lazy, you were overwhelmed. You were waiting for motivation. But now you know, discipline creates it. I thank that version of me, because without the struggle, I wouldn't appreciate the stillness. It's the final morning, no alarms, just breath. The sky is violet, the street is quiet, my tea is warm, my notebook is open. I'm not thinking about goals or challenges or streaks. I'm just here, awake, alive. And I realize, waking up at 5 a.m. didn't just give me more time, it gave me more me. So, 30 days, 30 early mornings. Here's what actually happened. I gained over 60 extra hours of focus time. I finished 3 long overdue projects. I built a creative ritual I now depend on. I faced discomfort, temptation, fatigue, and doubt. But most of all, I reconnected with my own attention. That's something most of us don't realize we've lost. The world demands everything from you the moment you wake up. But if you beat the world to the punch, if you wake before it does, you win. Not by doing more, but by being more. Would I recommend this challenge? Absolutely. But not because it's trendy or productive. Do it to see who you are when no one else is watching. Do it to realize how much power is hidden in one quiet hour. And remember, it's not about waking up at 5 a.m. It's about waking up, period.